weekend, Saturday, May 5th at 2 p.m., they're having a thing to do with the Kentucky Derby, which I guess is on that weekend. And you can come in early and make a Derby pick and possibly win a bar tab equal to twice the morning odds. I'm not into big betting, so I don't understand all that, but that's what it says. And then they're going to have...
You don't know about those trifectas?
They're going to have the Wrightwood Inn races after that. A little thing right in the club there. And these little horses are going to move around the floor depending on what people bet on and all that. Just a little bit of fun. And so pick your horse for a chance to win prizes. They're going to have a complimentary buffet. Mm-hmm. And that's starting at 2 p.m. And they're going to have drink specials, what have you. So just a little fun on Saturday, and it's a nice place to go. And in the evening, they have karaoke later on. They might do a little earlier that day. But there's thousands of songs to choose from. And lots of fun. It's a nice place, a nice crowd. You can go outside and sit on the deck and enjoy the sun, what have you. Obviously, it's going to get cool when it goes down. But then on Sunday, also, May 6th at 3 p.m., they're going to have a complimentary Mexican buffet and karaoke and drink specials. They're going to celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Hey, that's right. Cinco de Mayo's coming up, huh?
Yep, but that'll be on Sunday, starting at 3 on May 6th. So this is all next weekend. But the long story short is the Wrightwood Inn is a nice place to go, or if you're up that way, and just stop in, have a drink, what have you. And Leo has these little things he supplies for these buffets and specials every once in a while. And many nights they have karaoke, and it's not so crowded that you can't get up and sing. You'll get plenty of microphone time. Mm-hmm. So I thought I'd let our listeners know about that.
Now,
get it out on the air, and that's for next weekend.
Do you have an address and a phone number?
You know, if you drive up Highway 2 to Wrightwood, it's right on the right side. You can't miss it. It's right by the post office, and it's in the back of this long building. Mm-hmm. And plenty of parking. And the phone number, in case you ever want to call and find out what's going on, and many nights of karaoke, whatever, is 760-249. It's 760-249-5039. And again, that's 760-249-5039. And they'll be glad to answer any questions when you call to see what's going on, because usually if anything's going on in Wrightwood, they usually have something tied into it.
Right, they do, because that's the only club in that whole town. And the other nice thing about Wrightwood, so you love antiquing, don't you?
I do. I love them.
You got to go up to Wrightwood. They have tons of lovely little shops up there, antique shops. They have art galleries, the whole 9 yards. And it's a beautiful, beautiful drive. And what a lovely way to spend the weekend, or even one day. Go up for the day and enjoy it.
Well, there's that restaurant up there that you like to go to also. What is that called? It's on the other side of the street.
Grizzly's Cafe.
What is it?
The Grizzly's Cafe.
Yeah.
I love that place. Oh, God, the food up there, holy moly. And if anybody likes sweet potatoes as much as I do, if you got to go up there and you got to order their French fry sweet potato.
You know, I'm not sure that was the Grizzly, though. That's the other one right in town.
No, it is the Grizzly Cafe.
Right on the highway?
Hey, when it comes to food, I know where I'm talking about there, yeah.
Boy, do we know that.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, it's really, really cool. So, bump out Leo's name one more time and phone number, please.
Well, that's the Wrightwood Inn, and the phone number is 760-249-5039. And this little thing is going on next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday at 2, Sunday at 3.
Okay, well, thanks for letting us know. I got to let you go because, believe it or not, the lights are flashing again.
The lights are flashing?
That's good. She has a busy show today. Busy show.
Yeah, and we
have your eyes checked to make sure they're not flashing too much.
Right, and we have the Miss Lovely Sue Ann with us today. And so do you want to say hello to her?
Yes, I can see you on the Internet. I'm watching.
I'm right here.
I do.
Coming from Young Perspectives, the show for young folks, old folks, and All folks.
Oh, I'm glad you said old folks.
Yeah, and even crazy folks. So that's really cool. That's
I
me.
haven't thrown that in. I can throw that in and continue on that line and slogan.
You may use that anytime you want.
Speaking of crazy.
Okay. Hey, Diane, how you doing?
I'm good. How's everybody?
Good. How's the grandbabies?
They're doing great.
Uh-huh.
They're doing great.
Good. So
they just headed out for the weekend.
Now you're probably going, da-dun, right? So
it's
now,
very quiet here.
Hey, Diane, Sue's with us today, and why don't us three ladies talk about the headdress ball a little bit?
Ooh, I'm excited. That's going to be a great event tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks.
And all the proceeds that they collect at the headdress ball are for the Assistance League of San Bernardino. And they put on this amazing event, kind of like a Las Vegas style event with these. Some of the headdresses end up being about 15 feet tall and weighing about, what did they say, like about 30 pounds? And
some are even more. And Carol Dixon, last year when she was doing this, she's about my height. And I'll never forget it, the picture turned out beautifully that we took of her. And the headdress that she had on was the biggest one in the whole event. And it was like 6 and 6.5 feet tall. I mean, it was incredible. And you know, Diane, when they were explaining how they put these headdresses on the ladies?
Right, with the framework and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hearing a little bit of, since I've never attended this, I'm hearing a little bit of a cross between the Vegas showgirls with their big hats, and I'm also thinking of the giants in France or the Belgium with the giant people that have the great big things that they build. So what is this, like little floats on their head?
No, I don't know, Diane, jump in. It reminds me of the Vegas showgirls.
They're the showgirls.
That's what it reminds me of.
That type of thing, with all different kinds of themes.
Oh, how fun. How fun.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. It's absolutely spectacular. And our very own Christina is the chairperson this year. And I can't wait to see it. It's always so exciting. And it's called Hats Off to Our Community. And it is. It's about all the community that gets together and, donates for this great cause.
Right, and some of the people that this affair helps is Santa Claus Inc. gets involved in this. Also Operation School Bell, which is very, very close to my heart. And what it is, Sue, it brings, they find the children from kindergarten up to 5th grade that needs clothes for schooling. And this is the first time a lot of these children had something brand new, just their own, that wasn't a hand-me-down or anything else. And a lot of us ladies get together and we take these children out shopping.
Is this the Santa Claus Incorporated?
No, this is Operation School Bell that I'm talking about. Right, yeah. And that one is totally, it amazes me to see a small child like that, and it's like Christmas to them.
It is.
You know what I mean?
And this really actually helps the kids that fall between the cracks that don't qualify for government aid.
Right.
But yet, they still are in a situation where they need this assistance, and their families just can't do everything, can't cover everything. And also it covers dental work, too.
Right, the Smiley dentists, and they get together and they take the young elementary, wasn't it kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade?
I don't know exactly which grade it is, but it covers the kids that fall between the cracks that can't get the Medi-Cal.
Right, and they go in, like they need braces or whatever they need, and they get the children in the beginning of kindergarten, and they work with them. And these dentists and their assistants, their nurses, what have you. Right, thank you. Well, there's more than one. And what they do is that they volunteer their time.
Yes,
to help these children. So when somebody says the headdress ball, they're thinking, oh yeah, a bunch of ladies are getting together and putting on all this bling bling, and it is for a good cause. And the amount of children that this helps year after year after year. It's getting bigger every year because more children are in more need. And this is the 51st year.
That's a long time.
Yeah. So we're absolutely, totally thrilled about this whole thing. And one of our own, Erin Brinker, is going to be with us tomorrow, and she's at our table. And they are having the symphony. Hey, Diane, I said it right.
All right.
Yeah, yay! And they're going to be there. Macy's department store puts on the fashion show every year. They're going to be there.
How fun.
And some of the other things are a bunch of surprises that we don't even know about, but we will find out when we get there.
Yeah, and it's being held at the National Orange Show. I believe all the tickets are sold out, but if there's any, you could contact the National Orange Show, and we are going to be in the orange room.
Right. When they come, the biggest one. What happens is when people go down Arrow, and you get on the backside of the Arrowhead. Thank you. On the backside of the Orange Show, and that's where the parking is. And what they do is they have them little golf carts to transport people from the parking lot out to where the event is.
Well, I'm looking at your invitation. I'm going, is there two events? It says evening headdress presentation and the matinee headdress presentation.
Right. The matinee, the luncheon, that's what all of our ladies are going to.
Oh,
the
fun.
Evening event, that is already sold. That's been sold out forever. Right. And that's when the husbands or boyfriends or fiancés or, whatever they are.
Black tie affair.
The black tie. And that's when they show up. Yes. Yes. And so, it's going to be fun. And next week what we're going to do is us ladies will tell everybody the results of this, who wore what and all the bling-bling. And hopefully we get enough pictures that we can show. And that's about it for that dress. Well, I think that's all we have to say right now, isn't it?
I think we about covered it.
Yeah, I don't think we can say anything more. We've been talking about this for 2 months now.
Well, I have to say, for not being in this area with me living out of town, I have to say, hats off to your community for having this event. Hats off to all of you.
Oh,
well, thank you.
51 years, and it is an amazing event. I can't wait.
I know it. Well, Diane, thank you so much for calling in. These lines are flashing again. And okay. I will see you tomorrow morning about 10:15 over at the Orange Show.
All right. And tonight I'll be at Trevor's Rustic Inn at H and Kendall in San Bernardino for those who want to come out and do a little karaoke, have a nice dinner, prime rib dinner for $10. Mm-hmm. So come on out, folks.
And that's good. And we were just talking to Shawn from Bertram's Music here in San Bernardino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and was laughing. We knew him about 1,000 years. Diane knew him as long as Richard and I have. And so it's nice. It's nice,
Sounds lovely.
Okay, Di, thank you. Say hi to the grandbabies. Okay, honey. Thanks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, and talking about your neck of the woods.
Yes, my neck of the woods.
Your neck of the woods out there in the desert now.
In the sand.
With spring coming, what kind of plants and stuff do you have growing out there?
Everything's growing right now. I said that whatever I put in the ground, it just bolts. Everything's in bloom. I mean, believe it or not, I took my Easter lilies that were given to me last year in pots, and I planted them, and they're all blooming right now in my yard. Mm-hmm. Beautiful yellow Easter lilies. Even though Easter's over, they popped and opened, and they're gorgeous. Everything's open. The cacti's starting to bloom. It's a little bit early for the full desert to be in bloom, but it's getting real close because my small cacti plants are in bloom. The prickly pear are starting to open up with their big yellow and pink blossoms on that.
Oh, them things are beautiful.
Right. So the desert's very beautiful. It's very colorful when it's in full bloom. So I'm encouraging everyone to take a drive. Come on out. Go out to Joshua Tree. Take a look. Very, very pretty.
Yeah, and talking about Joshua Tree, it was about 4 weeks ago, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. I get the LA Times, and on Sunday, I love the Sunday paper because they have the travel section.
Right.
They had this huge article about out in your neck of the woods, mm-hmm. and I cut it out and saved it. And I think I'm going to have to pull that out and have you come back, and we're going to have to talk about all the